Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today I want to take a look at my top 10 foreign language films for you folks. This is a sequel to the previous one, which kind of down my top 10 domestic films for you folks. So that's probably just more English language films for you folks. I don't want to consider, a film that's made in Canada or Australia, like Mad Max, to be a foreign film. I don't think that's fair to foreign films. So I've decided to break that out. It'll just be foreign language films. Makes sense? Great stuff. All right. So basically, let's get started. So as a reminder, I'm not doing reviews. So this will be a faster thing for you folks. I do have a few honorable mentions because I love foreign films so much and so forth. So there's a lot of those here. And then 3 honorable mentions to get us started with you folks. All right. I'll be reading these from my phone, and I've got them on 22-point font and 2 pages, and there's a lot of notes. So I got like 2 pages. So if you see me looking down or just trying to figure out what I wrote, squinting and such, and not giving you the eye contact you deserve, I apologize right up front. All right, let's get started with my first honorable mention. Is the 2016's The Great Wall by Zhang Yimou, starring a giant cast like Matt Damon and Xing Tian and Pedro Pascal, Willem Dafoe too, and others. It's got a huge cast and so forth. It was American Chinese connection and so forth. It's filmed in China. It's a monster film and so forth. I wanted to include it on my top martial arts films and so forth, but it actually wasn't in that. Now said, it's considered more of a monster film and so forth. I would consider it a fantasy film, just as a heads up. But it's good stuff. I like it lots, and that is The Great Wall. Now, at honorable mention, number 2 is Red Cliff from 2008. It's directed by John Woo, starring a huge cast, so forth, including Tony Leung and Takeshi Kaneshiro too. It's telling the story of the Battle of Red Cliff, a huge pivotal event in the Three Kingdoms era of China. Battle Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I've read, love it lots. I feel like this is a very, very strong retelling of it. I saw this in theaters. It's a 2-part film, so you need to have some time in between and so forth. So I actually saw both parts with an intermission in between. Loved it lots. It's gorgeous. Just like Zhang Yimou above, he's also gorgeous. He's one of my most favorite visual storytellers and I love him lots. Now, number 13 over 11 overall, honorable mention number 3 is Godzilla -1 from 2023, directed by Takashi Yamazaki, starring a few people and so forth. It's a larger cast, but I'm probably going to absolutely slaughter these names, although I'll put them up on top of it too. And actually there's a little bit of a fade out, so I don't know the last letter in it, but it's Ryon Saki, Kamika, and Manabe Hanabe, among others. That's my guess, and so forth, but I apologize up down. I looked them up ahead of time to make sure I was doing them right, but I've got notes here in my phone, but it's hard to see it because it's got cutouts and such. Sorry about that. All right, and so that's absolutely classic. It's just one of the best visual effects in the first one in a Godzilla film. Love it lots. It's a hugely strong film. The personal story, the character development, the arcs that they go on, love it lots. And if you haven't seen Godzilla -1 or Red Cliff, the longer one, 2 parts, and The Great Wall, you should see them. All right. Number 10 is Hero, 2002, also by Zhang Yimou, starring Jet Li, Tony Leung, and Maggie Cheung, and so forth. It's great stuff. Love it lots. One of my favorite things about this film is its use of color. I think it's just incredibly strong. Great fight scenes. Love it lots. And so that's Hero from 2002. All right, number 9 is Yojimbo from 1961 by Akira Kurosawa. It's starring Toshiro Mifune on a huge cast. Seven Samurai plus all the people. I'm sorry, Yojimbo 2 has a huge smaller cast and so forth. But he's definitely owns it. Toshiro Mifune, he owns it. It's heavily influenced things like that, like American stuff too. But it's just really good to see Yojimbo, the bodyguard, on its own. Love it lots. And so it definitely has some good stuff. So number 8 is Amelie 2001 by Jean-Pierre Jeunet, starring Audrey Tautou, and Mashio Katsovitz, and so forth. It's a strong film. I saw it on DVD, unfortunately. I wish I could have seen it in films and stuff. I love it. I love its ending. It's color. I love its zoom ups and backs and such. I think it's great stuff. Great cinematography. Love it lots. I think that this is the best Audrey Tautou film out there. I think that she absolutely nails this. She is in a film later on, but I don't think her part is as strong as her role because of how strong a character she is. And that sort of a thing. But yeah, I think she does some great stuff here, and I think this is her best role. Number 7 is Let the Right One In, from Sweden, 2008. And again, I looked this up ahead of time. I probably got a lot of this all up and down. It's directed by Thomas Alfredson and starring, Carrie Hildebrand and Lena Anderson and so forth. It's mood, it's horror, it's use of atmosphere rather than, which it takes a while to build up. It does very, very strongly. It does it quite well. Love it lots for those reasons. I think it's an absolute classic, and it stands the test of time. I did see this in a theater. In fact, the same theater that I saw Red Glove, an independent theater in Detroit. Loved it lots for those reasons. Strong stuff. Love it lots. That's Let the Right One In from 2008. Number 6 is Rashomon, again by Akira Kurosawa, starring Toshiro Mifune. It's from 1950, and Miyako Masayuki Mori and Machiko Kyo, and so forth, as the 3 strong folks in that. Two of the ideas here, what happens, the idea of having each person tell their side of the story was brand new to film. It heavily influenced people. I mean, there are even Star Trek episodes that try to be Rashomon, right? I bet it's just so heavily influential, so strong stuff. Great thing. Put them on a film and major map. One of his first things. Heavily strong stuff. Love it lots. That's Rashomon from 1950. That was my number 6. Now all of the top 5. Ready? Here we go. From number 5 is the high-scoring French film. I did see this in theaters too. It's called Le Berge Espagnol from 2002 by Cédric Clapiche, starring a huge cast including Romain Duris and Audrey Tautou and such. He's not the nicest of guys here, but so this is definitely more for adults and so forth. But I do like it. The idea of living in an apartment in Spain, in Barcelona, and having a bunch of different people of different nationalities to interact with from across Europe and so forth. Love a lot for those reasons. Actually went to London as an international student, just like the lead guy here, in order to sort of live out that dream. And so forth. And so that's Le Berge Espagnol from 2002 by Cédric Clapiche. Now, this is my favorite film by Cédric Clapiche. I've found some of his other ones, like Paris and so forth, a few years later from 2008 to be probably stronger artistically. But because this was my first one and a huge hit, I really loved them in here too. And so I really like it a lot. All right, so number 4 is Seven Samurai from 1954 by Akira Kurosawa and starring huge cast, thousands like Toshiro Mifune et al. Absolute classics, heavily influential from the Magnificent Seven on the idea of teams of people that are trying to come together. Not always with them great stuff. They had great development, huge casts, great scenes of action. I think that the Seven Samurai absolutely, I'm sorry, just Seven Samurai, just know the, from 1954, just absolutely nails that idea. And so forth, hugely influential. All right, so the top 3 time, number 3 is Pan's Labyrinth from 2006, directed by Guillermo del Toro, starring Ivana Banchero and Sergi Lopez. Love those too. Love it lots. I think this is the best fantasy foreign film I've seen. Love it lots. I think it's concepts, the core conceptual stuff of what's happening, the ideas, and such, and so forth, and love it lots. For those reasons, I think Guillermo del Toro does an absolute masterclass here of directing. He also writes the script, and I think he does some production too. Love him lots. I think this is an absolutely masterclass. This is my favorite del Toro film. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen the one that was nominated for Best Oscar. The retelling of the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I haven't seen that one, to be fair. But this is, but I did see some a couple of years ago. This is my favorite film of his so far that I've seen. Love it lots. Really would recommend it if you haven't seen it. All right, on top 2, number 2 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This is my top martial arts film that I had a couple weeks ago rather, from 2000, by Ang Lee, starring Chow Yun-fat, Michelle Yeoh, and Shang Yi-ji, among others. Love it lots. It did win a Best Oscar for a foreign film that year. Love it lots. It totally deserved it. Cinematography, Ang Lee just absolutely nails that from up and down the block. Love it lots. And so that's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and so forth. Love it lots too. And then number 1 has to be Godzilla from 1954. It's hugely influential, and it was an English version and so forth. It created an entire genre of films. Godzilla films are still being made today, and such. You had 1954. It's strong. It has to be there. I love it lots. It's directed by Ishiro Honda and starring Akira Takaranda and Momiko Kochi, among others, and so forth. Absolutely strong stuff. Absolutely classics to my mind. Hugely influential. My favorite film. It's just strong things. It has something to say too. It's not just a film about fun stuff and a giant monster taking over, but it's actually saying something about post-nuclear living after a nuclear strike happens, and so forth. It's got something to say about that too. Just like Godzilla -1, it's not just a enjoy yourself film. It's also got something to say too about being set in World War II and so forth too, and some of the previous ones. Right, I love it lots for that reason. I enjoy it so much. That's why Godzilla from 54 is my favorite foreign film, and so forth. And so let's go over those really briefly, just again. From starting with my honorable mention, number 1 to number 13 overall is The Great Wall from 2016. Honorable mention number 2, number 12 is Red Cliff from 2008. Honorable mention number 3 is Godzilla -1 from 2023. Number 10 is Hero from 2002. Number 9 is Yojimbo from 1961. Number 8 is Amelie from 2001. Number 7 is Let the Right One In from 2008. Number 6 is Rashomon by Akira Kurosawa from 50. And then from 2002 is the number 5 film, Le Berge Espagnol. Number 4 is Samurai Samurai from 54, also by Kurosawa, besides hitting one. Number 3 is Pan's Labyrinth from 2006 by Guillermo del Toro. Number 2 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon from 2000 by Ang Lee. And number 1 is Godzilla from 54, the original one. Or you can call it Gojira if you want. No, it's usually. So there you are. Those are my top 13, if you will, top 10 foreign language films and so forth. Have you seen these? What did you think about them? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Again, try to keep them reviewed spoiler-free. What would be your top 10 foreign language films from any era? From recently stuff like a couple years ago, from like Godzilla -1 to older stuff like the original Godzilla or Rashomon 7 Samurai from the 50s. So, what are your thoughts of this stuff? What would be your top 10 foreign language films? Please let me know. Remember, I'm not a trained critic, right? I'm just a fan, and so forth. So your mileage is definitely going to be as strong as mine is. I'm not going to lose any sleep. And then also, if you are a trained critic or somebody who makes films for a living, then you are a better person than I am, right? And so forth. Your opinion probably is more valuable, and so forth, since this comes from a place of training. So just a heads up. So I do like what's happening here, and so forth. So if you like this video, I try to do one of these every on top 10s every week here on Friday. Last Friday, as a reminder, I did my top 10 of domestically made films, and then previously I did martial arts, and then before that I've done top 10 horror. I've done top 10 horror films from different eras. I've done top 10 science fiction, fantasy films, superhero films from different eras too, and that sort of a thing. So if you like that, definitely check it out. Next week we're going to be doing top 10 action films for you folks. If you like that, definitely check this out. You like that lots. And then if you like that, also go back and check this out. If you like that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon to be notified of my videos. I do 7 a week. Alright, so tomorrow is Serial Saturday. For you folks, that's a day I dedicate to telling the forgotten genres of movies and so forth. We're doing The Spider's Web, which is a huge hit sequel, The Spider Strikes, from 1941. black and white in the forgotten storytelling genre that's a lot of films and so forth. So I think if you like this, you'll probably like that too. So check that out too. You can also check out my previous Serial Saturdays too. Also, I try to do reviews of older stuff from science fiction, fantasy, and horror from the previous eras, in literature of novels and video games, and I do a video game review on Wednesday too, and then I also do poems or short stories or novellas too, and so forth from those eras, from older things too. And then also I do an RPG or war game review on Monday too. So if that sounds like something you'll like, definitely the like button, subscribe button, and the bell icon too. And then also, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my videos, right? Because we all have so many things that happen in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate so very, very much. Thanks again. And as a reminder, the channel is named The Worst Thing About New Books is a quote by French philosopher Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones, in this case, watching the old ones that have been heavily influential on us. You get the idea. And that's where the passion of this channel comes from. All right, thanks again, and have an amazing day.